Alright, let's go over this. I think there's like a lot of like little mechanical things that I'm gonna point out quite a bit with Mercy. I have so much time on her and I've reviewed so many different VODs. Okay, this was good. Damage boosting. Very beginning. If you have that setting, I can't remember if you put the setting on. Yeah, I think you have the... Yeah, I think you have the other setting on, where it's not prefers beam target, but if you have Pharah, I think... I even change it sometimes, like, used to, I just put it on whenever I had a Pharah on my team, and then if I didn't, then I'd switch it, but... At the very least, I think you should have it on always whenever you have a Pharah. It's like an easy thing to change in the menu. Because you can be doing this, you can have like your beam on her, and you can just be looking at your team. And if you need to fly up, you just left shift, and that just auto flies you to her, where you can just be looking down at the team, where you don't need to be paying attention to her. This is the only information you need right here, is in this box for healing. You see this health bar goes down, then you know he's missing HP, you can heal him, and then you just like look at your team, where it gives you a lot of opportunity to also like put this box right here over here on your screen, and then you can be looking at all the enemies and projectiles that they're sending at you. So Mercy is all about making the most of the vision that you can have on the screen at a time, because you want to be paying attention to like things like that. There's a tracer over there, knowing that you should be flying up to the Pharah. So like I'm going to be pointing out like even small mechanical things like this. Like right here, you're with your team. You don't need to be your beam, if it's close to someone, you don't need to be shifting to someone. Like you can just like walk forward to heal them. Or you can just do like a little mini shift to get into someone's range to heal, like Jericho or whoever's playing Monkey. Or you just want to be damage boosting Pharah in this instance. Also, because you saw the tracer there behind you before, you want to be very wary of who to be pocketing. And like knowing your escape route. Because right now, this position right here, you're in the middle of the team. I would have hoped that you guys would have went up at least high ground so you could have some cover, because the tracer behind you, Eva can be shooting you. It's damage boosted right here, can be shooting you. So you can like get one shot in this situation. You can like abuse the fact that you will know that you have res, so you can like let your monkey take extra damage and maybe die, but be playing safe yourself because you weren't getting pressured as much. If you were missing HP, it would be different. Yeah, this res is like super risky. I would have told Banana to die closer and then not went for the res, because whenever you have to walk through enemies, it's completely different than Guardian Angeling through them, because whenever you're walking through them, you're basically just taking free damage and you're gonna get yourself killed. So like you're already in the back. You don't even know your HP of your teammates. Like they could be all like really low because Lucio was up here boosting you in here. So yeah, you're like in the cafe on high ground getting shot at 100 HP, and by the time you even get here, you're already 30 HP, and before your even escape has begun, you're literally one shot by the time you actually want to get out, and your team is already dead. Like Jericho lost a suit, he's dead. Lucio was with you. Monkey's healthy now, but Hypno was also with you, so another person is low on the point. And because you die, like right after you die, they stop getting healing, so your healing that was efficient before becomes less efficient just because someone died. You want to stay alive and make use of your healing. You're a main healer, you're more valuable being a healer than being a res machine. You get the close reses if you can, and if you can dive with your team, then you want to get a riskier res. You should all just always, like, whenever there's like any downtime, just be tethered to your Pharaoh. you can do a thing where it's like almost like rubber banding. So take like a Farah for instance. So like take this like triangle. So there's like someone who's further over here that you can't beam to. You're right here. You can't Guardian Angel to them either. You want to use targets like this so you can get to them. So you basically like grab to them, use your momentum to carry yourself to this person. It's like a technique you'll use to just like get further ground and like get yourself to another person. And then right here, this is good. You just want to play point. You can sit up like on the buildings because Mercy has like a sliding feature where she can slide off things like much slower with her angelic descent. So you can like get up on top of buildings, and then so like there's like ledges here where you can just like slide off of them really slowly. And if you have Fair, you can just like keep getting up on top of buildings and like hiding behind them, all up in the air. Yeah, with the setting as well that I was saying, you don't have to keep looking up at the Pharaoh. You can like keep looking at the ground, looking at who is shooting you and who's like threatening you, and you don't have to like look up to Guardian Angel because there's an instance there where Ryan could have fire striked you, and you could have been looking up to jump to the Pharaoh, and you could have just gotten fire striked where you couldn't have even seen where it was coming from. That's one of the things I was telling you that you can do is like with the setting, it's really easy where, or it's just something to get used to. You can have your beam on Jericho. I would literally like beam, jump to the Pharaoh, and then look down and beam back. Because there's an instance there where he's hiding over the wall. So like right here, if you had the other setting on, if your Guardian Angel was up right here, there's some instances and there's some walls where you can literally Guardian Angel and it will push you up the wall depending on who you're looking at. And you don't have to have vision of them, you just have to have your beam on them. And so it'll like push you over the wall. That's pretty helpful because you don't have these instances where you drop beam right here and you're literally stranded and you're waiting for someone else to jump or something. Someone else to show. Yeah, there's another instance where if you had that setting, you could have just been shoved up the wall. It would have just slid you up the wall. With straight walls, it's much easier than with other walls. Like some walls that have like curves or stuff on the top of them, it's a bit harder, but there's a lot of flat walls in this game that you can just slide up. I think you came a little bit closer there. I think if you have toggle Guardian Angel on, most of the time you want to be dropping it before you even get to the person. So like with Winston there, you literally just want to get close enough to where you're able to keep your beam on them. And so there's someone else low on the ground. I'm not sure if it was Tracer or something, but like in these instances, you want to be like planning, like, okay, I'm healing this person right now, but I need to start to peek to get to the person where I'm going to jump to next. Yeah, it was Mince. You maybe could have gotten to him. I think you misused Guardian Angel there. Like, you need to remember that you can float. So, like, these instances, you want to be like, or like, okay, I guess there's so many different techniques to talk about, but there's also like a spacing technique. So, like, if you want to have a faster go from A to B, it would actually be better for you to walk back onto the roof and wait till Banana God is like standing over here. So like whenever he's max distance, so you'll be like flying for the majority of the time rather than floating for half of it and then Guardian Angeling for half of it. You want to be Guardian Angeling the max distance you can so that you're like streamlined and like a straight, your body's like completely straight rather than it be like standing up when you're floating and it's really easy to hit you. I think you end up Guardian Angeling, and I think if you break vision right now with this Guardian Angel, then and like it stops you in midair, where you could have just waited a little bit on the roof for someone to give you the boost. You could have gotten away. I just want to skip like a little bit of these. You're dead because it doesn't really matter. Okay, Raz. This is good. You want to be tucking yourself like into the building and not really taking damage as much. Like right here, I'd just be tucking in the building and I'd be waiting until I knew who I was going to jump to next, because you can show and just, you feel a little bit of ult getting shot at and just like tickle a little bit. When there's instances like this, where you haven't seen them shatter for a while and you see your team stacking up, you need to play it almost like you would Zen. For Lucio, it's much easier because you get into this instance a lot where you see your team stacking up, and you see like, if you do have a Winston, you don't have a bubble to like protect you. You just need to be like tucking around corners and stuff so you don't get shattered. Because you're going to be like the prime target to like actually get knocked down. There wasn't a ton of follow-up even there either. Like, I think if you would have just not gotten shattered, you would have been able to like pocket someone, and then maybe two people would have died, and you would have been able to just use your your double res to save them. This was the map I remember where you guys just weren't jumping over the Rhine. I think you popped ult a little early. With the ult, you want to be getting value of you being in an advantageous position to get a good heal on the rest of your team. And like abuse the AoE, really. Right here. Up it. Yeah. You just want to be healing the Winston right now. Like, basically, you just want to be healing the Winston, waiting until he gets topped up a little bit. Because I think you force him to jump in a bit early, and you're forced to pocket him right now. Maybe you can solo res him, but it isn't as good value. I think you should have waited like 2 seconds to just continue healing him, and then you force your team to, or you tell your team to jump up on the roof, and then you can play behind them. Because right now, you're not getting any value of the AoE healing. Like, Banana God's having to jump up on high ground by himself to play safe, and you have to just continue pocketing him. Where you've used about half the ult, and you've gotten almost 0 AoE value out of it. Like, right now, you're actually starting to get some, but people are all low. Like, you're healing someone, like, you just, like, res someone, but you aren't getting the AoE healing that you really wanted. And your ult just ends up getting, like, almost 0 value. When everyone's topped off, it's best to just damage boost to whoever's poking, so it would be like Genji or Lucio at the time. This is good. This is what you guys needed to have been doing earlier. This you want to basically, just be being baity. Like, you want to fly in, get someone on you, and then just basically fly out and force them to be either out of position to, like, kill you, or, you basically just want to force them. This is a really risky res, actually. Okay. They end up all being out of, like, position, so it's not that bad, but yeah. You want to, like, abuse Guardian Angel's longer range whenever you ult. So, like, when you see this res, like, you want to go for the res. Right here, you're already going to be flying to this person. You can almost, like, turn around and be looking at your next person that you're going to Guardian Angel to, like, way sooner. Because when you're in this instance right here, you need to just be thinking, okay, fuck. My team's all tucked away. Even if you Guardian Angel right here, it's not going to help you, really, from these people. They're still going to do damage to you. It's going to make you a little bit harder to hit, but you don't have anyone to Guardian Angel to, so your ult's getting almost no value of the range. It'd be better to just walk, realize that you've made a mistake, and not have wasted your ult. You guys, yeah, ended up playing so slow right here, and the Rhyme was just able to walk up and, like, hit people. You were getting a lot of free healing, though. Usually, like, Mercy gets pressured much harder, and you get killed much sooner, and you weren't able to get, like, ult as much. Yeah, you should have been flying to banana to heal him right there. Or damage boosting flex. Were you damage boosting flex? Yeah, that was okay. You want to try to be getting like pixel perfect use of your damage boost and heal boost. Like, damage boost doesn't matter if you damage boost for the 3 seconds before someone shoots a bullet or the 0.3 seconds before the bullet actually hits. Like, you want that activation time. That's when the damage boost actually means something. So, like, a Genji slash, you can be healing him the whole time, but you know, like, the 0.2 second gap between him, like, not slashing and then slashing someone, if you damage boost him for that time and then go back to healing, you're getting all the value of healing and damage boosting at the same time, so it's just like, it's getting used to like flicking them on and off for simple things like that, like Junkrat grenades, a Genji slash, people just using abilities. Setting up for the next fight. You guys should have definitely been taking high ground, like as a team. Leave Hypno on the cart. I don't like people being on the jail as much right here. It's better if you have like Ana or Zen, because then the healing can be pretty safe, but you have to end up flying to the jail to get the healing, and it puts you in a really bad position. So now you're at 30 HP. I'm getting okay value here. But you really didn't need the ult there. If you knew what the team was using, then it would have been better. Because you could have saved it for right here. Like literally at the start of the fights, whenever someone's like straggling in or like they're having to get onto a point, you can literally just like ultivate your ult, sit up at the top. I'm gonna look at it. Like above this door, you can just like ult, like whenever they're straggling in, if they do, and then you can just like sit up there and chill. Or just like save it for a fight where they're going to actually all in. And you just pop it early. Yeah, I think it's just getting used to knowing whenever you're gonna Guardian Angel in. You can also like, you can plan it around when people are going to be using like abilities. So like Ryan Hammer Swing is something to get used to. Like when you're flying in, you can like see him like on your screen, like windshield wiper, like goes a swing, there goes a swing, there goes a swing. It's like planning your Guardian Angel, so like you'll get in the backside of one swing so it won't hit you. Res someone, be staring and looking behind you already while you're flying in. You can like fly out, get a res in, like in the gap between his swings, and it's like super insane. Or at least you'll get hit once. I think here you hit once. Yeah, I think you actually get hit twice by his swings, just on like bad timing. Where if you played it like a little bit longer, like the milliseconds that you could have like decided there to wait a little bit to res him, is instances where you would have gotten hit by either one hammer swing or 0. And getting hit by 0 is actually like insane. It saves you from like getting saves you from like being able to get hit by like so much more damage. I think that was actually an instance where you like sit and spawn and just like pull out your pistol and start shooting at them. Yeah, when you lost a fight, don't bother resing anyone. Like I saw you fly in there, like I wasn't sure if you were going to go for a res, but like if you're resing people in lost fights and it's not going to turn the fight, a lot of times it just ends up feeding them the other team more ults. Spot to sit. Yeah. If you can, like, tell someone to get up on high ground, because you can end up just, like, abusing high ground where you're forcing, like, someone on the other team, like, a diva to, like, come up, like, and fly to you. To actually, like, contest you, because you can just sit up here and just not give a fuck. And you just fly back down. Ooh, I think I would have waited. You had your res up, so you could have flown in later. But, like, right here, you shot low. The other team's probably going to be, like, saying to focus you, and so, like, the Tracer could have just, like, dashed in and killed you instantly here. I would have definitely waited to get healing, or, like, called for a bubble or something. You could have been, like, pressured, like, much, much harder. You can, like, let your main tank die or whatever to res them. I don't think I would have res Tracer there. Oh my god, I just reset the fucking pod. Unlucky, dude. And where are we at? Yeah, okay, we're pretty close here. Yeah, we were around here. Okay. Okay, we're almost there. This is good. Pocketing Jericho whenever he's getting pressured by the Tracer. Right here, I wouldn't have tried to res the Tracer. Because the Rhine is so low right here, you're going to get more effective HP from resing the Rhine. You literally just wait. You can, like, let the Rhine die, like, where you won't pocket him, you'll let him die, and then you'll res him, like, instantly after. I guess you were close enough on ult where you could get the double res, but I think you should have just let the Tracer die, because you're so close to spawn, you can let her, like, dash back, where you want to just be, like, focusing on, like, healing your tanks in that instance. And resing a Rhine and, like, a big team fight is going to be more impactful than a Tracer, most of the time. So, like, in these instances, like, old Mercy would, like, sit and hide in a corner, basically waiting for res, but you're pretty much an active healer now where you want to be, like, positioned with your team. Like, this is actually a good position because if someone does come behind you, basically just want to, like, play around this mega and play around health kits so that you can, like, stay alive. So, like, right here, I just would have walked to the right, picked up the health kit. I would have picked up the health kit and then flown to my team. You just want to play, like, safe spots. So, like, you want to just, like, play around health kits yourself and then play around walls. And so another thing of that setting that helps you is that you can play around corners and, like, pocket someone. And so you can wait around the corner, wait for them to peek around the corner, and then you can, like, Guardian Angel the instant then you turn the corner. So, like, see if I can get an angle here. That would have been good. You can just, like, be constantly peeking the corner. As long as you get beam on someone, you can just, like, peek the left corner, and then you wait, like, the 1 second, because there's, like, a 1.5 second buffer time, I'm pretty sure, where you can just keep dropping your vision of them and just keep applying it so that it keeps the buffer time, like, alive. And then you can just, like, keep peeking and hiding behind cover, waiting. Like, you get your beam on someone, you'll just pull behind cover, pull your beam on them again. Like, that's good. But, like, in this instance, whenever you're getting pressured by the Tracer this whole time, you just want to be, like, running into this mega and playing corners, like, as much as you can. Oh god, this is where you guys ran double hit scan? I know we're just trying Mercy here, but Mercy first point defense isn't as good, I don't think, unless you have people, like, sitting on different high grounds. I feel like Ana might just be better. Like, more healing output. Sure, you get the reses, but like, you don't get a lot of flying time in here, and then, yeah. Unlucky. I think not taking poke while you're walking out of the choke is really important because there's like a lot of time here where you're just being wasted, where you guys are just getting poked and you haven't even committed to like a full a fight yet. Like right now you're actually starting to get a fight, but like or you were just taking so much extra poke damage that wasn't needed. Where they're gonna have one person on the cart, and so you're gonna get the free 6v5 fight. I noticed you aren't pressing tab a lot on Mercy. I think that's something to really keep attention to. It's like pressing tab a lot so you know which teammates are going to have ults, and then who you want to focus your healing on or who you want to prioritize with your res. Also your vision block. So like right now you can only see 2 people and you have 3 teammates that you haven't seen for, let's see how long you haven't seen them for. Okay, Jericho breaks vision. Okay, we're at 1347. You saw someone for like a fraction of a second there. It was like 8 seconds almost, maybe like 7 seconds, where you didn't even know the health of your teammates. So it's just being like very wary. If your sensitivity is high enough, like I was telling you can literally just like keep your beam on someone and just do like a fast 360 and just scan. And sometimes you won't tell, like your eyes won't be able to tell, but if you like spin like really fast, your brain will know what the health of the people are. Like you won't be able to like visually see it that fast, but it also helps with knowing all your like locations of your teammates. It's just like your escape routes, because whenever you just see the 2 people on the ground, whenever you're looking around behind you for the first time, you're like having to like visualize all the routes that you can get away from. That's got you pretty good value. Got the double res and then got mostly AoE on it. Looks like your sense is kind of okay. I would have maybe increased it a little bit though. So like there's an instance there where you see someone's low on your team, and like you need to know the route that they're taking and the route that you can take to get to them. So like you see them dropping down here, you have to make the decision to either like focus your team and like hope that they come around like all the way around, or you need to like make your route so that you meet up with them to start healing them. Like there's the mega there. There's a pretty risky res. You just walk through the team. A lot of times with reses, you don't want to be walking to them. Like when you're walking through the other team, it makes you so vulnerable to dying. A lot of times if you have the res in your sight, you want to like walk around corners and stuff and plan to like get to a point where you can actually just guardian angel to them so that you can immediately fly away afterwards. Because right here you're like literally in the whole of the team. You're so lucky, like so many of them didn't even like focus you and didn't even see you there, but like right here's an instance where like you're losing track of all your teammates, so you're walking in a straight line, walking through enemy team. You could have gotten killed so easily. You get the res, but only right here do you see that your teammates were low and your escape route. And your escape route isn't that good. Like you're like waiting for this person to start peeking you. When you're walking and you're planning your escape route, it's like if you're talking to the person much sooner, Like you can plan it out much easier and much more fluid like before than in the instance where you like turn around after rezzing someone and you literally see them and they're like really far away and you're like, holy fuck, peek 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 peek. And it just gets like really panicky at that point where it doesn't need to be that bad. Yeah, when they start to jump the roof, you just want to be looking to jump off the roof as soon as you can and be like floating in the air. So like this is good where you're on the bridge. You can just be healing people from everywhere. Once you put yourself in this range right here, Diva's flying up, Monkey's there. You're getting shot at like the fuck already. Like you're lucky you were getting healed or like your passive was healing you, but like with the other setting I was telling you, you can like jump off buildings and just be pocking people while you're floating off the buildings and then just keep jumping to them and like keep yourself in the air. You want to be trying to like prolong your life as much as possible. This is where you ult? Yeah, this is a good ult. This is something I would have done. You see the fight breaking out. You're guardian angeling a bit too close to the ground. Your beam is literally ridiculously fucking long, so you can like sit on the ceiling basically. Like your beam will be healing people from like here. You don't have to guardian angel at all. And you're also like guardian angeling a bit too close to the cart. It increases the beam like max range from you to one person like really far, so you don't need to be close at all. You want to just be like slightly tapping on it like you would on the gas, like just a tiny bit to like close the gap and like increase your speed a little bit to make it harder for them to hit you, but you don't want to be flying this close to the ground because it's just not needed and it increases the damage they can do to you. Seeing someone as low, I guess just getting used to the keybinds as well. Seeing someone as low, like right here, in this instance, you can see Banana God's gonna die. You can literally just stop pocketing him so he's gonna die sooner, and then just be like spamming your E. Be like literally spamming it. And so like when you see his dead body, you can just like instant res him and then just get the fuck off the roof because you're getting pressured. Waiting for the next fight. Yeah, in these instances, I'm literally like, I'm jumping off the roof and just guardian angeling to my team so that I'm not like gonna get hit by the initial dive, just like sitting right here, just chilling. Also, like I'm just literally holding down tab the whole time that the fight isn't started, just like knowing people's ults and seeing what they might have. I think it's easier for me to visualize what the other team has, like ults wise, if I'm like looking at the tab screen. Something to get used to is like whenever you're guardian angeling to a dead person, if you hold down your whole guardian angel, you don't have to worry about flying to another person. If you're guardian angeling to this person, you're going to land on their spirit and you're going to know to ult at that instant. So like you can be like preemptively like pressing your E as you're flying in all the way because it'll just instant res. That's something you can do also with like corners is like if you're peeking someone around the corner or you're like waiting to peek them around the corner, you can be holding your guardian angel so the instant it's like frame perfect that like your guardian angel is able to tag them, you'll be flying to them instantly. People say Mercilessly doesn't have fucking mechanics, but holy shit, dude, there's so many like minute mechanics that you can actually use with Guardian Angel because it's just such an insane ability. You want to be damage boosting Jericho as much as you can right here to get his suit back. Uh, Diva gets her suit back depending on how much damage she does to people while she's Baby Diva. So like right here, you want to be like healing, pocketing your teammates, but like in every instance you're not healing someone, you just need to be damage boosting Jericho so you can get a suit back sooner. That was pretty risky. I probably would have flown backwards because I think Jericho was standing closer. Yeah, he was standing pretty far back to your spawn. Having higher sense just allows you to like 180 much easier. I think this ult's okay. You're flying a little bit too low. It's like beam people. Because you're like seeing right here, whenever you're like really high up in the air, your beam just sticks on people. You really don't need to fly that low. Also, when my ult starts to run out, I start to just go high in the air, because if you don't have anyone to get you up in the air, it's nice to just be able to like start at the beginning of the fight just really high up in the air. Hopefully I don't overload you, but it might be nice to like take some notes with all the shit I said, because there's a lot of mechanics and different things that you can do. Like damage boosting Jericho as Baby Diva increases his ult damage. Okay. I overloaded you with a lot of information, but he's just back on the left.